So we are convening the full council of Kim Garland. And the way that works is the sun, the moon, full moon, the planets. So they all come to represent living qualities of intelligence that reside within you and connect you to the world. Part of our play is as though all these parts of you, that they really like us talking about them. So that, the planets and all are you, the zodiac is their what way, and the houses, little pie slice divisions of sky. Where? Right away, to be an Aries woman, already an adventure. What is it to be a woman hero? The old language says Aries is ruled by Mars, but we change the language. We go, no, really what it means is incarnational agent of Mars. In what way a woman hero, knowledgeable, always learning? And we go, where's Mars? And we go, it's in Scorpio, retrograde. And we go, a philosophical counseling mentor detective. So the language loves you, right? Because it invites you, all of us, to think of your life as though it were a spiritual detective novel. So every quirky thing is worthy of, wonder and honor, going, oh. So we go, ooh, Aries, outward Mars and Scorpio, detective, inward, and there's metaphors for each degree of the zodiac. The ones we mostly use were Sabian Symbols. So the image for your Mars is kind of wonderfully mysterious, and given the detective work and mentoring and counseling that you do, its image is a perfume bottle falls and breaks, releasing its fragrance, getting to the emotional essence of something, letting something drop, emotional catharsis, deep emotional challenges. And then the reason I just wanted to bring up the big version of chart is that it includes this person here, right? This is Eris, goddess of disruption. She's in Aries for all of us because she's got a 500-year orbital cycle, but she's fun, and it's a little abstract because she's way out beyond Pluto in the Kuiper belt, but anything that has a name is part of a collaborative vocabulary, and she is in Aries right next to Dark Moon Lilith and your sun, right? And so we go, in what way is Kim Garland disruptive? And I love the image for that degree. It's a flock of wild geese in flight, seeing the pattern in things. So let's disrupt anything in the way of seeing the liberating pattern in things. That's your Eris, goddess of disruption. We go, that's part of your magic backpack. And then we honor, of course, full moon, and anything, in this beautiful language or in life, right? If it says it once, it's going to repeat themes from different directions. So we go, the sun, incarnation of Aries, of Mars, is opposite moon, incarnation of Venus. But then look how witty. You have Venus opposite Mars, right? So the oppositions are assignments to get polarity to dance, to get polarity to dance into a spiral. So the poet Yeats did a lot of work with moon phase imagery. So you're born really 6 hours before the exact full moon. It is the Mars-Venus dance over and over again, as we bring in the huge death rebirth cauldron of now. Everything goes into the cauldron, all teachings, all things, all forms of identity, with certain standards, like, does it guide people to their own autonomy? Is it equal Mars and Venus? Is it equal humans and the rest of our kin? Is liberating, truth-saying trickster welcome? Yes, we ladle it out. No, we put it back in there. So the poet Yeats said this phase of the moon leading up to the full moon, he called the vision quest. Life is a long questing journey, and we go, we like that. He didn't even know, right? See that your sun was in Aries, moon in Libra, and your sun in the ninth house, which is always learning and questing and all. And then it changes into the beloved, is what he called the full moon dynamic, developing quality in personal relationships, honest dialogue, social reform, and then just a fun little bit for whimsy. What he said about it: a winsome country girl leans gracefully against the pillar of a courthouse, sniffs a wild rose, a diamond necklace hangs loosely from her back pocket. And so just a little bit of what Yeats had to say. He says, this individual's main concern is with relationships. She is always ready to draw other people out because of her engaging personality, her kindness. She can draw people out beyond their social roles and get them to speak truthfully of their feelings and experience. There's an innate sense of sexual equality in this phase of the moon. On a less personal level, it deals especially with the role of women in society. Thus, in the symbol, the courthouse represents male-dominated society with rules, values. The country girl, though presumably out of place, is completely at ease. Independent of spirit, she's content with her own values. Though she is careless of society's artificial distinctions, she is aware of society's power and can use her social agility to stay within its good graces. Should it become necessary, however, she will not hesitate to override society's rules. The strong social conscience found in this phase of the moon, rooted in the sense of balance. Social reform is perceived as a balance of creative and destructive forces. Thus, even while she is critiquing society's flaws, she is always promoting a better vision of society and offering practical ideas on how to make that vision real. As life unfolds, she thinks over her significant experiences and relationships and reaches many conclusions. Her analysis of the world becomes as tight and accurate as the bonds of a diamond, but more importantly, she develops confidence in herself and her powers. No longer content to dodge society's games, she's ready to take on the world and set the rules herself. Excitement mounts as a new vision dawns, a vision of a social order based on honesty and love between people. Social agitation becomes the order of the day as a dynamic joy gets people to their feet and ready to participate in the dynamic social and spiritual movements of her time. Isn't that fun? Right, and see, he didn't know. He's just doing the angle of the sun and moon. He didn't even know that it got double, triple resonance, that you are Aries, Moon, and Libra.